Hello and welcome to Magic Gathering Strat. I'm Binky and this will be match 1 with Zombie Pod. I hope that the changes I've made will be good because I'm running out of time to test it properly, but we will have to see. I have felt that Leylines are very important, so going up to 4 felt right. And I've also felt that there is a lot of times where I just want to draw one more land, and since that's the case I've added a 21st land. Thoughtseize indicates discard, which Bloodghast is good against. I assume he will take excuse me, he will take the Obliterator because he doesn't mind me Thoughtseizing him. So I assume a Wrench Mine will come next turn, but I will Thoughtseize anyway. Decay. No, this was... oh right, this was not what I thought it was. I do not care about Abrupt Decays. I could take Treasure Cruise, or I could take Serum Visions. I think I'm gonna take Treasure Cruise. For him to use it, he has to use his fetch, which is pretty nice. Yep. So he has Decay, Visions, and one random card. And he drew a Tarmogoyf. Splendid. We drew an Abrupt Decay. That is indeed interesting. Yeah, I think I'll just Abrupt Decay that. My hand is not very strong, so I'd rather save myself a point of damage. Yep, there's the Visions. So the best draw is probably Messenger. That would be sweet. You're welcome to play a discard spell. Gatekeeper is also pretty good. Alright, Gatekeeper is actually a fantastic draw. No matter what he plays next turn, Gatekeeper can probably fix that for me. Urborg is sweet. It's actually really good because now I don't have to crack my fetch. So there's 2 decays left. Let's kick the Gatekeeper. But we have drawn a lot of lands, and I know it's just because I added the 21st land. Well, his hand is pretty bad, and if he wants to deal with my bear, it takes up his whole turn, which is pretty nice. I mean, I could use my fetches to thin the deck, but I don't see a good reason for that. The thinning aspect is pretty marginal, and the life could be highly relevant depending on what he draws. Rainforest, that's fine. Swamp, sweet. Just what I needed. Yep. So one more hit and Bloodghast is hasted up, which is an important aspect too. We can now hardcast any spell in our entire deck. That's pretty sweet. So we're running pretty live. I'm not sure if I will play more lands though. We will see what he has. Nothing. Fetching, alright. Bloodghast is now live. Wonder why it would fetch. Did it found an island? Ah, I see. Good draws. I have so hard to understand how people can play Treasure Cruise and Dig Through Time in their deck. Together with Tarmogoyf, I mean, yeah. So now he will have two good spells, most likely. It's hard to miss with Dig Through Time. Alright. Let's pass it up. Birthing Pod, now we're talking. If that resolves, he will have a tough time winning this. Just take it. Alright. I expect this to get countered. But it's hard to run counter spells and disruption in the form of Thoughtseizes. We'll see. Yay, it resolves. We'll take some damage here, it's fine. I'm gonna get myself a Geralf's Messenger. Do I bring the Bloodghast back now? That's a good question, actually. Yeah, I think I do. Let's see what you got. Sure. Yeah, this game feels pretty locked up now. I guess he could have something devastating, but it will be hard for him to win this. So bug, like bug control, mid-range grind, something like that. I'm certainly bringing in 4 Leylines anyway. Another one. Holy cheese balls. And the scoop. No scoop. Okay. And you're showing me a Dismember. Sweet. No, good to know. So all the Leylines are coming in. What are we cutting? I don't like the Thoughtseizes at all. Do we want Drowning Sorrows? I don't think so. The case all we saw was Goyf. I think we're pretty set up to beat Goyf. No illness in the ranks, no Disfigure, not Devour Flesh, Skullguard Charm. No, I don't think so. We could bring in the Dismember. Not sure about you. Yeah, but then I could bring in Abrupt Decay instead, actually. Yeah, that seems okay. I like to have a 6-drop when I'm podding, but So far I haven't seen like anything that would make me believe that I would need my Massacre Wurm. Sweet Hand is sweet. It's a bit slow, that's granted, but it has a Leyline, which is extremely important. That could easily be game right there. No Treasure Cruises, no... Do you just pass? I guess you have something. One thing I've noticed is when you're starting with the Leyline, you should actually F6 if you're on the draw, because most of the time people think that you're on the play and skips their turn. A cheap trick, but well, that's life. If he has a Thoughtseize and he takes my Gatekeeper, that's not fantastic for me. Yep. Because that's my best form of interaction. I guess if you can't handle the Obliterator, you have to take it. Alright. Well, I'm not unhappy about that, I guess. Disciple is not the best roll, but it fits into the curve at least. Kick the Gatekeeper, kill something, attack for 2, sack it, draw 2 cards. Seems okay. Do we have a Goyf? Yes we do, but I'm not that worried about the Goyf. And I have no intention of playing a Gatekeeper without kicker here. Another Goyf? No. Serum Visions, sure. Yeah, I think the thing with Treasure Cruises and Dig Through Times and stuff is that people consider them extremely strong, which I agree with, but they open up, all those decks that place them open themselves up to stuff like Leyline of the Void. I can say to 100%, if he did not run Dig Through Time and Treasure Cruise, just let's say compulsive research or whatever, something not as fantastic, I would not have brought in Leylines and he would not be handicapped right now, which I'm pretty sure he is, just because he can't have something like Dig Through Time in the foreseeable future. And that makes me feel very smart when I'm playing. So far I've actually liked the 21st land. It's really hard to say that it works. Really, taking 4 to kill my Gatekeeper, that's fine, dude. You have another Goyf? Alright. Verdant. I really don't want to play my Disciple without anything, so I'm just gonna pass. It doesn't feel like I'm under any sort of pressure. A Squire is fine. What was I saying? Yeah, Treasure Cruise and stuff, they're very good, but they're opening the decks up to to more direct hate. Let's say the blue-red Delver decks. Before Treasure Cruises they ran like Sleight of Hand and stuff, which they can always cast, but if I start with a Leyline, they will never cast their Treasure Cruise in a million years. Just never. It won't happen. So I'm not completely sure. Oh, a Bloodghast. Well, I'm not gonna get more value from my Grey Merchant, so I'm just gonna play it. Next time we can play Bloodghast, attack for 2, and sack it. Is it dying in response? And I'm also electing not to crack fetches and stuff because I don't want to grow the Goyf more than necessary. So it could be dying here. Yeah, it looks like it. A Dismember again? Sure. well, it's still pretty nice. It was basically a War Leader's Helix with a built-in discard. I'm not sad about that. Alright. Let's play a Bloodghast and attack. I will not be able to bring him back this turn, but that's fine. Unless he dies in combat, but... So he could be killed in response to the Disciple trigger, but that's also fine. I mean, I can't prevent that from happening. I want to draw some cards, if that's okay with you. Or do you have another Dismember? Yeah, this game has been pretty one-sided. The Leyline devastated him. Now he could have had 8 cards in the yard, which means a full Treasure Cruise or a full Day Through Time. Yeah, right. That's fine. It's basically the same value. The sad part is that I don't even think I trade. There's no reason for me to do that. Skinrender. Interesting. Let's bring you back. I think I just play him. Alright, fetching. Now my 2 dudes are lethal. Do you have a cryptic command? Your deck seems kinda greedy, so I could see that. Bouncing the Leyline, countering the Skinrender. Yeah. It's pretty good. That is indeed pretty good. So I can attack him down to 2. I don't think I want to. So I could have attacked first to force the block. I guess the results would have been kinda the same. He can obviously not attack. Another Leyline. Well, I'm gonna play my Leyline, see if it resolves. Dark Blast. Alright. And now we have to pass. No point in attacking really. But if he wants to use those for a Day Through Time or Treasure Cruise, he will shrink his Goyf again, which is nice. Just 1 card left, and that's probably Dig or Treasure Cruise. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it will cost him a lot to use it. Can we draw a good spell? Well, that counts. I'm just gonna bash with both. Alright, going down to 3. So let's see what you have here. Echoing Truth, Snapcaster Mage, Cryptic Command. Okay. Kind of an awkward timing, but fair enough. So how are you going to do this? I'm gonna do it now, wait to my end step. No, we're gonna do it now. Sweet move, sweet move. So this last card is indeed the Dark Blast. Just gonna pass, there is no reason to do anything else. Thoughtseize. That's kind of annoying. But it puts him dead to a lot of things. And he still can't attack me. And that should be game. The mighty Goyf has fallen. Yay! Thanks for watching, I'll see you shortly for game 2.